So that's the end of our box set where we've asked TMCs and buyers to talk about how we close the gap between importance and reality across culture and capabilities. Caroline, you've taken loads of notes. What did you come away with?
Loads of notes, 15 pages, I think, Paul.
Okay.
But if I could try and summarise, I think firstly it would be the absolute importance of governance, brilliant conversation around that being the foundation to any successful relationship. Secondly, that this is absolutely two-way. This isn't about the TMC or it isn't about the buyer, it's about both together. And then thirdly, that there is, in places, the value equation is missing. So making sure that the buyer is clearly articulating what they value and the TMC is clearly articulating what value they create. But that's enough from us. What's really important is what we heard from our guests today. So let's hear for one last time from our guests.
So I think one of the standout insights for me today was really linked to programme governance and just how critically important it is to set the right framework for your programme success. And then if I think about something I would really encourage all travel buyers to have a really clear focus on and be able to articulate and have great conversations about is culture and making sure you have a really good cultural fit with your TMC to set up a really good long-standing relationship with them going forward.
I thought the standout insight today that we learned was the importance of relationship management and how important that is to a true partnership going forward. So really, what could we do as buyers and TMCs together to create that right partnership is to share objectives, to share what it really means to have a true partnership.
I think the one thing that I'll take away is around comparing the service delivery of the TMC and what we manage to other areas of potentially service delivery within an organisation. So within corporate services or within procurement, what are those other things that deliver a service and how we can be compared to that? And then if I think about bridging the gap, most definitely for me is how the agency and the corporate actually share their goals. Make sure that they're sharing what it is that they're targeted with, what the company cultures are, and then come up with a plan as to how you will both be successful to deliver to what your both goals are.
The standout insight that I heard today was really the fantastic appetite across the buyer community to collaborate with the travel management company that they're working with and industry at large. If we work more closely together, there is huge potential that at this point is probably untapped. The one thing I think the TMC community could do to close the gaps in culture and capabilities is really work hard to understand the client culture and how that translates through to service expectations and wider programme expectations.
There are examples of programmes that perceive themselves to be performing at a very high level, a high performance level. And I think that for high performance programmes generally, there's a lot that can be learned. So we should certainly be looking at those programmes and understanding what drives that. But secondly, in terms of driving high performance and high performing programmes, the importance of the structure of the relationship and the governance program that exists. Really thinking about ensuring that the relationship and governance structure is really, really well structured. You know, are the roles and responsibilities of both parties clearly understood? Are the relationships throughout both organisations clearly mapped? Are objectives super clear? Are there KPIs that clearly help measure the performance and ongoing performance against those objectives? And I think the other thing as well, and it's a very specific point, but getting into the habit of working in 90-day cycles, you know, particularly in the areas that need to progress, particularly in the areas where there is a perception that there's a gap, working in 90-day cycles can really focus the minds on making sure that they're focused on short-term deliverables to move the programme forward. So yeah, all in all, a really, really healthy discussion today, and we should be doing more of it.
Thank you for watching. Of course, we'd love to hear what you all have to say too. So you can download the coffee book, have your own discussions, and then send us your insights. All of the links are available at the end of this episode.
And if you want to test the health of your TMC buyer partnership, you can use our Illuminator tool. We'll also provide links at the end of this episode. Lastly, it just leaves us to say thank you so much for joining us on our mission to create better.